Hello to you, it's Poland Daily Culture, and we're talking about the story of Alina Dąbrowska, who survived Auschwitz. With me is Viktor Krajewski. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
And Madam Alina Dąbrowska. And as you might not know, Auschwitz was established as a prisoner death camp, first of all for Poles, but then later, of course, there were people from all over the world and many nationalities. Madam, what kind of nationalities and people were there in Auschwitz? Because not only Poles and Jews, but also people from all over Europe.
Yes, I should like to remember that these days there was the 80th anniversary of the first transport of Poles who went to the Auschwitz. When I was in Auschwitz, so there were already many other nationalities. There were Jews from other countries. First, which I met, that was there were the Jews of Romanian and other countries. They were also together. I also met German, but German I met only in the last year. When I didn't ask why they arrested, but were the German. And that was on this part where the German had no name, no letter. And there were no in Polish there were Po, but by German there was nothing, only the number. So I met, there were also Serbian, many of Serbian of Yugoslavia. And it was, I was working together in the field and we were very good contacts. And I wrote the letters for them in German because I knew the German and asked me in their language which to say. The letters was very simple. I am alive, thank you for the parcel, which is new in your house, and these were only the letters. But the family were very glad that they wrote such a letter, and this member of the family undersigned this letter, so they knew that this letter was true. That was not by somebody else, but this one. And this was my work in these first months of my stay in Auschwitz.
In Auschwitz, yes. So there were absurdity of the German death camps of Auschwitz. And Victor, you're describing many absurdities there. And what struck me the most at the very beginning, that not the Germans were the worst, at least for Miss Alina, but the worst was a Polish woman who was like a guy, or maybe who was taking care of her barrack.
Yeah, that's right. She was in charge of a place where Miss Alina lived, and she was Pole, right? And she was extremely cruel to all the Polish women in this barrack, and it's a real absurd because, you know, she was also a prisoner, right? But she was in charge, so she had power. And because of this having power, she was extremely cruel to all the people all around her, and all women were afraid of her because she was beating them, she was calling their names, and she was an evil person, right? And and it's really strange that when it comes to the situation when you are all in prison and, you know, Germans are extremely cruel to you and you become the same
as them,
yeah,
or
that's
the
right.
evil part come out of you in a way. And Madam, were there any moments when the guards were nice to you or were helpful, or at least not cruel? cruel.
Yes, you know, there were the Germans also, not were the Germans coming from Czechoslovakia. And they were very nice. They didn't they didn't want us to work. They have nothing to say when we were just resting, lying or speaking or so. And they were very, I didn't, and they were also singing. Sometimes we were singing during my work, and then we could stay and did the work. And there were I didn't meet any foreigners who were cruel to us. They were also allowing us to rest or not to work. But the German soldiers were not so nice. And there were some ladies. There were also ladies, German ladies, who were just who were
Part of the staff
yes,
there.
and they were very. I was beaten by a woman, not by men, but by a woman. I don't remember why, but there was something in my behavior that she didn't like it and started to beat me. I was so surprised. I just wanted to kill myself because this was for the first time that I was beaten for nothing, simply for nothing. Because I did work and she didn't like it, something I didn't know. She didn't say, but just started to beat me.
And Victor, you also described the fact that there was a selection of prisoners, of course. Some were directed to work, and others, but the Jews were mostly already sent to death. And you described a moment when they were queuing to so-called shower with gas, but they had no idea that's what's going to happen. And one of the Polish ladies cried to them, "You're not going to shower, you're going to be murdered." And they couldn't believe.
Yeah, Ms. Dąbrowska told me this story, and yeah, it's because you know that I think that when you listen to Auschwitz, it's really hard to understand that this kind of a place really exists, right? And for me, it's impossible to imagine and to understand that. And I'm not surprised that those people. You know, who heard that you are not going to the shower, they are going to kill you, were also, you know, this reaction, and they act, yeah, right, you must be not, but it's really. I think that's an important story in this situation, that lots of people didn't realize where they are going. As Ms. Dąbrowska, she didn't thought that it would be a hell itself, right? The place that she's going from Łódź.
Auschwitz was unimaginable. People didn't really expect that such things could happen to them, and other people could do such things to other people. You're watching an interview with Alina Dąbrowska, who survived the place and is telling us about her story. So stay with us for the next episode. And thank you for watching Poland Daily Culture.